Just a quick look today at my current Fanatec wheel settings. It's been a while since I updated these on my YouTube channel, and for new people coming that have got the Fanatec 2.5 base, I'm going to just be looking at what the settings are for Project Cars 2 and just talking you through them. So just moving to controls. We come in, obviously you can see my old wheel there, the Club Sport wheel. And just so that you know, when I calibrate my wheel, I'm calibrating it on, because I'm using the GT3 wheel, it's just it's 360 degrees of rotation I've got the wheel set at. So just so you can see that there. That's the wheel locking out at that point. So when you're using a GT3 wheel, you're wanting to try and not let go of the wheel at all. So you don't really want to be uncrossing your hands and trying to feed the wheel. So moving on to the next one, all these configuration settings. If for example, you come on to doing a default setup race and you don't get the option to adjust the steering ratio in the car menus, it's often a good idea to move this sensitivity slider to around 70, just to give you a better ratio so that you're getting the full lock of the vehicle. That's what you're trying to achieve. But as standard, everything else is set at 50 all the way down, apart from the ones at the bottom there, control damping. And then moving on, I'm using a keyboard as well here, so you'll see that thankfully on the Xbox One you can use a keyboard, so you can assign quite a few of these keys. I don't use a lot of them, but some of them are really useful, especially to set your field of view, just sliding your seat back and forward and adjusting things and changing through your menus and stuff. It's nice to have all those options. So moving to the most important bit, the force feedback and the raw setting for the Fanatec wheel. Gain at 90, volume 46, tone 90, FX 10. Obviously you can adjust the effects on the wheel itself, so it's just something else that's in there. So then moving down to the wheel, I've got numerous setups here. I use setup 3 for Project Cars 2, setup 1 is for Project Cars 1, and setup 5 is for Assetto Corsa. So sensitivity, obviously you could see I had it set to 360. Force feedback, depending on which car I'm using, maybe the GT3 cars around there, GT1 cars that are a bit lighter, about 70. And some cars need to come down a little bit lower, 50 even, but just adjust these per car, it's really quick to do. Shock, I have that set to off because it just brings a vibration through the wheel. ABS, I like my pedal to start to vibrate once I've got about 60% of the braking pressure on. So it just gives you an incentive not to lock out through the wheels under heavy braking. I am using the brake performance kit, which I would say is a must for anyone that's got the V3 pedals. It'll just change your braking no end, give you a lot more confidence in your braking zones. Drift mode, I have this on -5. For Assetto Corsa, I have this on -4. Brake force, I have this off. Again, I'm using the performance kit. And when I calibrate my braking through my pedal, I exert as much pressure as I can through the pedal to a point where I would want to be locking out the wheels. And that's how my pedal's calibrated. There's no, if I wanted to increase that, I could add more and more. The brake force is just increasing how much braking force you put through the pedal. So if you apply as much as you can and put it at 50, it's going to apply as much as you can and 50% more of what you're braking. So if when you set your pedal you think, oh, I'm pressing really hard on this pedal every time, you can just add a little bit more. It's much more fine-tunable, I think. So then moving to the last thing, the effects. I have this set at 40. Some circuits like Bathurst, it's nice to feel a few more bumps through the mounting section, 60 maybe. And if it's raining, some circuits really vibrate through the wheel, and I'll just end up turning it off. But this is something that was added in one of the later patches or firmware updates. And I'll just reset the wheel as well, just so you can see what firmware I'm actually running on my wheel. So I'll just let it do its spinny roundy loading up thing, and then you can see right at the end. That's the current firmware. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.